Join me today as we pay our respects at our nation's most sacred shrine, Arlington National Cemetery. It is the final resting place of over 400,000 of America's military personnel and families, a number of Supreme Court justices, and 2 presidents. It is a must-see for student tours, and in this series I will show you the cemetery through this lens as we see what they see when I guide them. We will visit the graves of President John F. Kennedy and his brothers, see the changing of the guard at the tomb of the unknown soldier, spend time at the Memorial Amphitheater, investigate individual graves, and walk through its grounds. It is a magical space where even the most quiet of my student groups become filled with curiosity and questions, and I will share what I know with you as well as give a behind-the-scenes view of the trips. Take a look at the black sign on the way in, the one that says, "Conduct yourself with quiet dignity and respect at all times." Remember, these are hallowed grounds. As I mentioned before, there are ceremonies here on Memorial Day and Veterans Day, and today is November 14th, which means that Veterans Day ceremonies were just a few days ago, and I just happened to find this on the ground, a program from that ceremony. Somehow it has been on the ground for the past 3 days, so let's take a look at the program here. It says Veterans Day, November 11th, 2025. At the top, honoring all who served. National Veterans Day observance, sequence of events, and then everything that was going on that day. AMVETS 2025 National Veterans Day Observance co-host. And just the back page. Wow, very cool to have chanced upon this. As I mentioned earlier, when I bring my groups into the Memorial Amphitheater, I sit them down right over here and we start talking. But I want to tell you about one time in particular back in spring of 2019. I brought my group in and I sat them down, but in front of them, pretty much right around here, there was a university a cappella group. Yes, a university a cappella group. They were dressed up as if they were about to give a concert, and that's exactly what they did. They started singing a Broadway show tune type song to our kids that came from the movie Wicked. And I had enough sense in the moment to pull out my cell phone and record it. So I am going to show you that right now. That was a pretty awesome moment and something that I have never seen since. And I don't know exactly what was going on, why they decided they were going to break out into song right here at the Memorial Amphitheater, but they did, and it was pretty amazing. So I will show you that clip right now.
Tell them how.
And now I would like to show you some clips from when I left the cemetery after the changing of the guard a couple days ago. Since it is November right now and it gets dark so much earlier, and that was the last changing of the day where the cemetery is open to the public. When I was leaving the cemetery, it was getting darker and darker, and by the time I was almost gone, it was already full dark. I had never been in the cemetery before where it was that dark, and it was just really beautiful, and I will show you those clips right now. This looks beautiful in the dark. And this is really the first time I've been at the cemetery when it's this dark. Well, guys, thanks for joining me here at Arlington National Cemetery. I hope you enjoyed the cemetery, and I hope you also enjoyed seeing how I run student tours when we come here. Again, there's a lot that I did not cover, and I do plan on covering them in the future. There's just so much. So thanks again, and we will see you in the next one. This is Vigoroso, off to the next cool spot. Take care, guys.